put together this project, Textures of Terre Haute, to kind of try to tell a story and share about an area that I grew up. The 12 Points area was an area that I spent a lot of time in my youth. Riding bicycles up and down Lafayette Avenue. I'd end up on 13th Street, and maybe sometimes I'd sneak away and end up south of Wabash Avenue and explore the area near Washington School. It's something that I've noticed in the 38 odd years that I've been in Terre Haute. I've noticed a decline like most older neighborhoods. So when you see this project, you're going to notice, as one guy recently said, it's a depressing project, and why would somebody take pictures of such ugly things? Well, to me, they're not ugly. They're just in a different phase in life. Buildings have been neglected. Houses have been neglected. People have moved on. Tilford's Variety Store's closing. Heidi J's is closed. Red Onion's closed. Pretty much everything in 12 Points is closed. Hooks, place I used to go to all the time to buy candy, is now an adult bookstore. The Red Onion was a great place where I went on my first date, and I remember it like it was yesterday. That was pretty fun. But, things have changed. So, back to the project. It's called the Textures of Terre Haute. I spent a lot of time on it, mainly in the winter and early spring of 2010. And, the images are there. They're designed for you to think about what's going on and maybe bring back a memory for yourself of a visit at the Red Onion. I'm Brendan Kearns. Thanks a lot for being here on the website. And for the next 8 minutes, we're going to go through these pictures. I'm going to give you a brief narration. I'm not going to do the artist thing. I'm not going to talk about composure or colors or some kind of interesting dynamic and all that other stuff. I'm just going to say, hey, this is where this location is, and this is what's going through my head when I took the picture. So feel free to share this with your friends, and thanks again for being here. We'll start off by looking at basically a garage door near Union Hospital. This place has served as many body shops over the years, and I just like the way it looked. The paint peeling on this whole building's been a barber shop, a beauty shop, I think a sandwich shop, and a couple days ago I had graffiti painted all over it. 13th and Wabash, what looks to be light blue is light blue. It's just paint fading on some old bricks, probably a 100-year-old building. Oh, this is on 13th Street, and what I liked about it was just the fact that there's a grill over the window, the brickwork, the old insulators, and stuff's just old. I photographed ISU basketball games, and it's a shot I took during one of the men's basketball games. So I drive through town, I like looking at people's yard art. It kind of fascinates me, and see a lot of eagles nowadays. Must be patriotic people. This picture didn't show up very well, but that was a baby stroller on a sidewalk, and I was kind of wondering where the baby was. Never found it. Big Shoes Barbecue. Used to eat there a lot, and what you don't see on the door is a sign that says closed, and sure enough, it's been closed for some time. This is an old church on 13th Street. It's kind of the back entrance, and what kind of intrigued me was who went through that back entrance. Was a pastor sneaking out? Oh, vines are taking over this old building on South 13th Street. It's on the east side there. Not really sure what it was, but I enjoyed the color and the way the vines were coming over the mesh. Address. You want to guess what it is? Well, it's 1032. Neat old wood door on aluminum. If you ever had a chance to eat at Joker's Hamburgers, you probably realize why it didn't last very long. Well, the sign is at this old TV repair shop, kind of hidden behind a boat. Kind of got a kick out of that picture. This place here, my joke is it's available, and I wanted to go look at it, but all the signs that say stay away, I thought, yeah, I'll pass on this property. Here's the old hooks I was talking about. Look close at the big sale sign. You'll see what somebody added, but yeah, they sell all kinds of good things in there for people. I'm being sarcastic. Red Onion. A lot of people watching this have been there and had something to eat, and a lot of memories in that place. It's closed. These two addresses were on the west side of the block there in Lafayette, 12 Points, and I just found it fascinating to see how the numbers were put up there, and there's just something kind of cool about it. Right above that address, you see gargoyles carved out of wood. Don't see many gargoyles in Terre Haute, but the most interesting part of this building is what you're going to see next.
this little narrow gate, and it took me 30 years before I even noticed this place. And when you look inside, it's just bizarre. You see this knight figure, and I'll try to make this picture a little better. But this is like one of those armored knights standing up high above an entrance, and I don't know. You kind of wonder what went on in there. Pizza, pizza, pizza. A ring brings pizza, or as I coined, a ring brung pizza. It's closed. The Harmony Hall now used to be the movie theater that I spent countless hours in as a kid with the family. Now, they're open every now and then for the barbershop quartet or group, and it's kind of interesting. More gargoyles. Um, I hope they don't tear those things down. The building's getting in bad shape. Here's another look at the Red Onion character. He's just one of those little things that when you see that little guy, you know exactly what it was. This is the Red Onion. I'm kind of into old metal and signs. A good friend of mine, Jim Pickerel, photographs ghost signs, and to me, this is a ghost sign on a trailer, and the rest looks nice. Not too far from that trailer is this house with the flowers, and this shot was taken in January, so I'm going to guess those flowers are fake. But it's pretty. Makes you kind of wonder how it looks from the inside looking out. This pipe's right behind the Heritage Trail near on Rose Hallman's property. Something neat about the way the light was hitting it. And on the Heritage Trail, one of our things to be proud of in Terre Haute, a little arrow here telling you kind of which way to go, which really helped me out because you can go either forward or backwards. But right next to the Heritage Trail in the park, you see the oily sheen, and I think that's probably a natural thing that comes up from that area. This is the J.I. Case wetlands, the trail right behind. Driving around town, I was in a dirt alley, and I saw this ball, and kind of made me think, where's the kid? What kind of environment are they playing in? I'm sure they're having fun. I actually lived in a house like this, not as bad, but when I was going to ISU. So you see a lot of houses around town with the red roofs and the green tile on the side. This picture is right outside of Clabber Girl. Clabber Girl is an incredible place for Terre Haute, and I just like the contrast here and kind of a nice image. My favorite shot is by far this shot right here, 13th and something, a few blocks south of Poplar. This is an old corner deli, and this next one here is kind of a segment of that, which reminded me of a flag. Still the same building as the previous picture, but you reverse the image here and it looks like a flag of some sort. And not too far to the north is this old metal shop, and something about the colors and the metal and the rust and the new lock. So old meets new. And photographed a shoot for Union Hospital not too long ago, a newborn baby, and I think it just kind of shows you the good innocence of the world. Also in Union Hospital, there's a chapel, and this light was coming through the stained glass window, just right on the Bible, and just made for a beautiful image. And downtown Terre Haute has a neat sign. It says "Time to Save" right outside of Morris Plan. That's something that a lot of people don't do nowadays. We don't save, and I don't know. I just found that to be kind of important. I also photographed at the action track, and this is a shot I took on a summer day. I hope the action track stays. I'm kind of worried about it and its success. Bark in the Park is something that we have at the Deming Park every year. And something about this shot kind of shows strength and the docileness of a dog. That's even a word. Asian carp, big problem on the Wabash River. We're starting to see hundreds and thousands of these things, and they're taking over. And while I love this shot, and I like being able to see the veins and the silvery part of it, it's not a good thing. Union Hospital puts on an event called the Gladiator Challenge. I chose to photograph it instead of participate this year. I wanted somebody else to win. And this next shot is somebody near and dear to my heart, but I'm really not sure why I like this picture. It's got a 40s style to it, but this is outside the Ohio building after an evening at a party, and there's just something kind of neat about it. I guess I can just look at it, and yeah, we probably better wrap this up. So